Tees. Call 476-740 today.
Make Twin Peaks your sports headquarters and don't miss a touchdown with our incredible HD TVs. Watch all your favorite sports with an ice-cold, teeth-chattering 29-degree draft beer while you enjoy our hearty made-from-scratch man food like our juicy pot roast and pulled pork nachos, all served by the beautiful Twin Peaks girls, the perfect cheerleaders during the game. So bring your friends and get to Twin Peaks. No one can compete with our scenic views. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
The best car wash in town, it's Ronnie's Car Wash with free vacuum, free towels, free glass, and multi-purpose cleaner. In and out in 5 minutes at great prices. $5 for the express, $8 for the wheel deal, $10 for the works, and a $13 ultimate wash. 2 locations, 6155 Highway 90 in Milton and 7106 North Davis Highway. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 7, and on Sundays from 9 to 6. For the best car wash, it's Ronnie's Car Wash.
Welcome back, Coach's Corner. Chase Northcutt's our producer on the board. David Tanner, our wide receivers coach, and Tate is our co-host. I'm Coach Tripp, and we have a special guest. Rhett Autrey from Autrey Goal Line is in. Former walk-on at Alabama.
No,
Jay,
Auburn. You just said he walked on
Auburn,
at Alabama.
Auburn, former walk-on at Auburn.
No,
And Jay,
Rhett, don't beat him up.
and Jay High School. Hey, Rhett, it was a big jump from high school to college, wasn't it? I mean, a lot bigger than college was for me, anyway.
It blew my mind, man. I'll tell you that. Especially coming from a small place like Jay, you know. It blew my mind.
How fast they were, I know, isn't it amazing?
And
I went. First time I saw the varsity, I went, holy cow!
oh my goodness,
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing how fast they are.
Jay's a special place. You're talking about a team that just really loves that program there.
Oh yeah,
And
no
a
doubt.
team, and, you know, they're the talk of the town when it's football season.
That's right.
You got a
Small town community.
real tight knit community up there in Jay, and just friendly people up there. And
Hey, Autrey Goal Lines, our new sponsor. Rhett, talk a little bit about the business your dad started and what you guys do and how far you guys go and all that.
We got they started it back in I think 1989. Back during that time, you know, the bulk paint business was not as up to date as it is now, and we come out. We were the first ones that really specialized in the aerosol can for athletic fields, and man, we had no competition. But my father's had it, you know, since then, and you know, we mainly have had dealers over the years. That's what we specialized in. But I just jumped to exactly what we do. Right now we started painting. Of course, Coach Tanner knows about that. He helped me one night. We stayed up there all night long because he messed up the line the first time.
no.
Yeah.
I was fell asleep in the truck. We were out there so long. I did. Dude, this guy's still out there going.
This year?
He told me that he could paint a line without a string. Well, he went around the whole field.
No.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
No.
And while we're at it, let's talk about this too. About you, I'll let you come hunt up there and you go across the line over there and get caught.
Well, you know, hey, listen.
He got caught on the other side of the line by my neighbor.
You didn't give me specific boundaries for the hunting property.
I'm kidding.
Okay?
I'm kidding with you, Coach. I had to call you out on that, though. Anyway, though, we
I mean, do you go all across the country? Or
well, we can. I mainly stay as close to this area as I can, you know, with the South, you know. We just partnered up with Eco Chemical out of Seattle, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the synthetic turf business, and they're the best at that. They do have both the proteins, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we do stencils. We're specialized in the end zone letters we did for y'all last night was actually a universal stencil letter. Instead of buying just one, instead of buying every letter, we got every letter within one stencil, and it saves a lot of money, you know. But
yeah.
I guess what separates us from others is the fact that both of us played college ball, and my dad's been a quarterback club president. I coached at Pace for 2 years. And what we love about it the most is dealing with guys like y'all. You know, we got relationships with different coaches across the area, and we love the game of football, and we love helping y'all, and we love what football does for young men. You know what I'm talking about.
Teaching life lessons.
That's right. That's right.
That's what it's all
And,
about.
and you know, and here's the thing that's approaching, and a lot of teams have already gone through this, and you're talking about just the impact of playing football in high school has on a young man, and it's that last game where you can't play no more after that. And there's that last huddle with the team that comes together with the head coach. You'll have some tears there out of kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's it.
Oh, yeah.
And you tell them, and all of a sudden, you know, and our listeners that's played high school football, or any of y'all that played a sport in high school, and you know that last game is coming for everybody. You know,
everybody.
And you know, even as a coach, you're going to coach your last game one day, and
Right.
somebody's going to tell you you can't play no more. And
right.
for a lot of these high school players, that's it. There will be no more. They'll never put a helmet on again. There won't be, there won't be the band. There won't be the crowd anymore. Some of them, will, 4% on average will go and play in college. But for others, that's it. And the impact that high school atmosphere has on you,
Like a family, boy.
it is like a family. And
Sometimes you know.
Sometimes better than a family.
Yeah, sometimes you know when you go, and sometimes you don't.
And you'll always remember the field. My favorite part was the field as a player, and the paint and the big logo out there, and having Autrey here.
Let me tell you a little story about how important a football field is. When I was in high school, George O'Leary was my high school coach, and we had we had a terrible program. 4,000 kids in my high school. So George comes up, and first 2 years we played, we got better. The last year, my senior year, we never had a football field on campus. We had to go downtown to play somewhere else. George said, "Oh no, we're building a field right here on our school grounds." So he took a truckload of sod from Georgia, and he had it trucked up to upstate New York. And he made the seniors camp out in tent and grade the field, fertilize it, get it ready, lay the sod, water it, fertilize it, cut it. We camped out for weeks that summer just so nobody would mess with our field, and we took care of that field like it was our baby. Guess what? Our senior year, nobody scored a point.
Good night. I tell you,
Nobody got past our 20-yard line right the whole year at home. We took such pride in that field. That's how powerful.
That gives me chills, brother. That gives me chills.
That's how
man.
powerful.
This man's got some passion about football right here now.
That's how powerful taking pride in your own field can be.
That's
And,
right.
That's just a testament. But hey, folks, we still don't have a Fazoli's Pasta Puzzler. We're going to give another clue out. Let's give another clue out, folks. Name at least one of, I know, 3 NFL Pro Bowlers that were former walk-ons in college. We're going to give you a clue. The Houston Texan player, he went to Wisconsin. The Green Bay Packer players, one of them went to USC and one went to Kansas State.
Yeah,
we're going to go ahead and just give it, almost say it.
438-6565. 438-6565 is the number to call. Call in with your answer. I mean, Tripp just put it out there for you. Call in with your answer and get you that free prize from Fazoli's, that free gift card.
That's right,
there.
man. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, I got to give a shout out to one of my favorite players from Pensacola that's playing in college that I just love to watch because I'm a DB coach. And this kid, Demarius Randall from Pensacola High, folks,
he is tearing it up.
He leads the country in solo tackles per game.
Wow.
You know how many college football players there are? And he is number 1, and he's right here from Pensacola. Nobody knows about this kid, but let me tell you what, you cannot miss the Arizona State Notre Dame game today because Demarius is number 3, and he is all over the field. What a ball hawk this kid is. And we talk about, the 12 players we have in the NFL. Well, if they stay on next year, we're going to have 14, I think.
Absolutely.
Because he's going to be in the NFL next year.
And absolutely. And it's not just saying he's going to be in the NFL from stat-wise. This kid has shown elite ability.
Oh, you can go on and on.
Ability.
His very first game against Notre Dame last year, 17 tackles. His very first game.
That's going to work right there. That's going to work, and that's a great day in film studies.
Hey, we got to get Demarius on. I got his number. We got to get him on the show next week.
We'll get him
and
on.
I want to get one of his coaches, Mike Bennett or Coach Hobley, that went out to Arizona State to see him a couple weeks ago. Get him on the show.
And that's
talk about this kid, man, because what a success story. He went to Mesa
Junior
Community
college,
College, and then everybody wanted him after that because he led the nation with 9 picks in 1 year. 9 interceptions.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
And we're talking about walk-ons, in our show this this Saturday here, and the recruiting business is just such a funny animal, and and even our Fazoli's question here is just guys that walked on. There's so many guys that get missed, and one of the smartest things I was ever told about it said for every Andre Reed, for every Emmitt Smith, there's 1,000 other guys that were just as good that you never heard of. And there's so much football being played, and there's a lot of things that come down to it. Today I'm taking, after we leave the show here around noon, I'm taking a truck full of Tate players, and we're going to go up to Southern Miss.
Good for you,
and
brother.
going on
Good
a
for you.
recruiting, a little recruiting trip up there. And
Good for you,
Coach
Coach.
Brown, I know him from my coaching days down in Central Florida. He's a recruiting coordinator up there, and I'm just excited. Number one, I just want them to see the college atmosphere and understand the light at the end of the tunnel, and see how special college is. And when I try to tell kids, you don't have to go play football in college, but just go to college and enjoy college. You have the rest of your life to work.
That's right.
Why not go to college, have fun, go to class, build your future? You're making an investment for the rest of your life. Why not choose college? Now, if you get to play college football, that is a huge plus. But there's only, I'm talking to you two, and I played at a rinky-dink JUCO, but you guys played at a higher level. But you have to be a special person to play and go to practice every day and still be a student athlete at that major college
Not
football
easy.
level.
It's a lot of time in there.
You're right about that,
You
man.
can't work. You don't have time to work.
That's right.
No.
I tell you this, we're in the middle of trying to get us a web guy right now, and the guy we are interviewing out of Georgia, he's a former college football player, and my dad was talking last night after y'all's game. We're probably going to give him the business because of that, the fact that he was a Division I football player and did school and ball. It goes a long way with me.
Because
he's got the passion.
That's
He
right.
loves
That's
it,
right.
yeah.
And football players are going to understand each other. You're going to talk to each other. You know how to talk to each other. You're going to relate. And he's a former college player, so he knows what you and your dad are bringing to the table. And you guys are football. You guys are competitive.
That's right. I'll tell you this, Coach Center, too, but to me, it could be spread out. And I want to say happy birthday to the Marines today. But,
That's right.
Even what the Marines teach, it's a lot of the same stuff. And you can almost just look in somebody's eyes and tell, if they got that it factor to them or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember being in boot camp. Probably about 60% of the guys that were in my platoon were all high school football players. And it was fun because you got to put on that football helmet again and hit pugil sticks and knock somebody out with a stick in your hand instead of. But you would see a couple of football players. You would put on a football helmet to do pugil sticks, and you would have on a flak jacket, and you'd see the first guy just straight up try to just go spear somebody with their helmet because they put a football helmet on, and that's what you did,
Get one more hit in, boy.
Yeah, but no. And the drill instructor goes, no. You got to use your stick, and you get all over him, and then boom. But
You can't wrestle him with the ground.
no, but a lot of those guys were football players, and I attribute football, playing football my whole life, and then going to the Marine Corps with taking the physical punishment of what it was like at Parris Island.
Right.
Really helped me out through that, and the mental aspect of it really helped me out making it through Parris Island and graduating, because lots of people dropped out of that. And
That's right.
Parris Island is
The few
a
to
special
proud.
place.
The few to proud.
That's right. It's a noble,
Hey, Coach, let me ask you
noble
something.
thing.
And we might not have time for this, but I want to ask you, I consider Coach Bear Bryant the best ever. Tell me your best story you had under Coach Bryant. If you hadn't already done it on the show today. You may have already done so.
Oh, no,
Not
I'm
today,
sure it's not
but-
going to stop talking.
I would just
got a
love to hear
bunch.
one because I love Coach Bryant,
I'll tell it to you right when we get back from this short break.
Good deal,
Don't
good
go
deal.
anywhere, folks. You're going to hear Coach Bryant's story that really epitomizes what he was like. And then we're going to wrap up all the college games
Football
for
picks.
today. Oh, football picks are coming up
I
next.
killed it last week. Come on.
Don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to Coach's Corner only on ESPN Radio Pensacola.
Coach Tanner here to remind you about our good friends at LB Electric Services. LB is a licensed electrical contractor ready to handle all of your electrical needs. We specialize in swimming pools, spas, custom homes, and small commercial work. We can also handle all of your residential service call needs. Call Billy Smith at 850-232-3759. That's 850-232-3759.
Hey, Bill, some game, huh?
I haven't really noticed, Paul.
What? The biggest game of the year?
I've been looking over my insurance. Talk about problems I'm trying to figure out.
Well, do what I did. Call the Seiler Agency. They showed me what I needed and what I didn't. They even saved me money. Now, instead of worrying about my insurance, I can worry about the big game.
Contact the Seiler Agency at 476-7443 for all of your insurance needs. Your independent agent for home, auto, boat, RV, commercial, general liability, life, and sound investment strategies. Call 476-7443 today.
Are you looking for a sign from God? Well, here it is. Look at your radio and listen. Harvest Christian Center is where your family is first. It would be our honor to have you visit and be a part of our worship and experience the love of God that He has for you. I and my wife Pastor Stacy and Don Gadsden would like to encourage you to check out Harvest Christian Center. We meet every Sunday at 9:30 and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. We are located at 1095 Muskogee Road in Cantonment. Call us at 850-937-0605. 937-0605 for further information.
The best car wash in town, it's Ronnie's Car Wash with free vacuum, free towels, free glass, and multi-purpose cleaner. In and out in 5 minutes at great prices. $5 for the express, $8 for the wheel deal, $10 for the works, and a $13 ultimate wash. 2 locations, 6155 Highway 90 in Milton and 7106 North Davis Highway. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 7, and on Sundays from 9 to 6. For the best car wash, it's Ronnie's Car Wash.
At BizWeb's GMC, military appreciation pricing and flood relief discounts save you thousands. GMC Sierra, Acadia, Yukon, and Terrain with payments as low as $199 a month during our Memorial Day sale at BizWeb's Car City, Pensacola.
BizWeb's Cadillac is proud to extend special military pricing to all military families and USAA members, like this new SRX from $329 or the sporty new ATS starting at $299 a month. See BizWeb's Cadillac for one of these attractive offers.
75 years of service in high-tech today. It's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348. High-tech is a term often applied to advanced services and products in today's marketplace. And today, glass is much more than the simple painted brittle, see-through stuff we hit baseballs through when we were kids. Glass is now a product with unique flexibility in both performance and application. And Pensacola Glass Company is growing right along. That's Pensacola Glass Company at 433-8348.
All right. Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Coach Tanner, we got Coach Tripoli here. All right. Chase Northcote on the board and special guest, former Auburn walk-on, Rhett Autrey, telling us a little bit about Autrey goal line. And Rhett had a question about Trip, talking about, a memorable moment, with Bear Bryant, and then we're going to get into our football picks.
I've told the story before. I'll try to tell it really quick, but, the one intimate conversation I had with Coach Bryant, and it really epitomized what kind of a coach he is, went like this. I got to give you a little bit of background. Like I said, I was walking on 2 years. I never even dressed for a game. I was back home working in a freezer at nighttime, trying to make money to go to school. So I get a call from Coach Bryant's defensive coordinator, Ken Donahue, and he says, Paul, you got to move out of Bryan Hall, the athletic dorm. We don't have enough room for you. We got a lot of scholarship freshmen coming in. After 2 years, I'm thinking, man, this doesn't look good. I don't know if those guys, they don't have no plans for me. Yeah, I was like, I was really at my lowest point. But I went back down to school anyway, and going through the motions mentally, emotionally, and physically, just going through the motions. After the first day of practice, Coach Bryant called for me to come up and meet him in his office. Now everybody was scared of Coach Bryant, right? And I had reason to be too. Now, what does he want? Is he going to cut me finally, or just let me go, or what? What's going on?
He's going to cut me finally.
So I get up there and I knock on his door. Come on in. He says it, and he says 3 sentences to me, Rhett, and he blows me away with every sentence. First sentence he says to me is, Paul, did you find a place to stay? Now, here he is, he thank God, first thing out of my mouth was, yes, sir, oh, yeah, I found a place to stay. But it was the concern that he had for me to know that a walk-on Yankee who never even dressed for him,
that he cared.
That he cared.
Wow.
Next sentence was, I hope this doesn't affect the way you play on the field.
Good night,
he knew better than I was that it was affecting me. It was going to affect me, and it had affected me.
You're like,
so I was like, yeah, what am I going to say then, right? I'm like, no, sir, it's not going to affect the way I play.
Wow.
And he leans over and he looks at me in the eye and he says, I didn't think it would.
Good night. Are you serious?
Serious. And that's all it took. I said, yes, sir, thank you very much. See you later. And I made, it was enough to just spur me on. And I made the traveling squad. I called my parents and my brothers. I'm second string. I'm finally going to Georgia Tech for my first game in 3 years.
Good night,
get to Georgia Tech, and I'm just happy to be there, right?
Right.
Well, first quarter, my teammates nudging me, Coach Bryant's calling you. I said, no, it can't be me. He's calling you, get up there. I get up to Coach Bryant. He says, get in for Stan Gay. I said, now?
You said now?
Yes, you idiot, get in there.
Bryant put you in there? Coach Bryant did.
First game I ever dressed after 3 years.
Did you know what was coming?
No. Are you kidding? You don't play a first guy walk-on first game of the year.
Heck no.
First time. No.
I tell you what,
But that's how
you
he
obviously
was.
caught his eye. You obviously he saw something special in you, brother.
Well, that's what Coach Ryan did. He could read somebody, he could motivate you, and he psychologically
Boy, that's awesome.
knew your psyche better than he did. But
Anyway, that's what made him a
that's
champion.
Three
what
sentences.
epitomizes him. Yeah.
I can't figure out which sentence he said to him was the most motivating.
All three were. They just all
Good
caught me
night.
off guard. All three sentences caught me off guard because I thought I was in trouble. And,
Man.
probably could have been for as much as crazy as I was back then. Hey, we got some
Football
great
picks time.
games, man, with some
Let's
great
do it.
games. Let's talk about it. Oregon at Utah.
That's a trap game.
Could be a trap game. It could be upset special of the week. But I think Oregon's a little too much for them. I'm going Oregon.
You're going to go Oregon?
Yeah.
Red, who you got, man?
What number you talking?
Utah's, I believe they're...
Are they ranked?
I believe they are ranked. They're 6-2.
They're in the bottom 20.
I'm going with Oregon.
I gotta
Utah's
say
out.
one thing. Oregon has yet to be able to put together that gauntlet season. They always have a game where they slip up. Of course, they pass the Stanford barrier. I really, really like the way Utah is able to run the football. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call the trap game. I'm going to say Utah.
That's your
wins that
upset
game.
special of the week?
That's my upset special of the week
Well,
right
here you
there.
go.
Alabama at LSU. If there is an upset, this is it. It's a trap game. It's just they know they got Mississippi State and Auburn coming up. Let's hope they don't look past these guys.
Boy, that's a gauntlet.
Wow, it's a hard place to play.
Good job, athletic director.
It's a fun place to play. I can't go against Bama.
You
just
never go
can't.
against
Oh,
Bama.
come on now, Coach.
Come on, I never
Come on,
do.
Coach.
I know, I just can't, man. It's just not in me. And so what? So I pick Alabama every week. I probably got a 90%.
Just say you're a
selection rate.
homer. That's fine. Yeah.
Like Auburn. If you pick Auburn every week, how can you go wrong?
Go ahead, Red. Who you
All right,
got?
Red.
Y'all said the game is played. Where's the game played?
It's at LSU.
At LSU.
I got to go with Bama too.
I like that when an Auburn alum comes in there and picks Bama.
I feel like y'all be undefeated when y'all come to us. I really do.
Now, I think it's going to come down to this. Number one, Alabama does play well in Baton Rouge, but it's going to come down to LSU not really able to be able to throw the ball downfield. They have a number of picks that LSU's thrown. Now, they can run the football, and that plays in Alabama's favor, but they have yet to be able to show.
That's right. You can't
gotta
be
able to
one-dimensional.
and that showed with Georgia last week. You got to be able to throw